This picture shows a busy and fantastical street scene in an old European town at twilight, centered on the theme of English language learning. In the foreground, 4 excited friends are taking a selfie to document their Celpip adventure. Next to them, a wizard is performing fluency magic near a pile of books, reinforcing the academic theme. The middle ground is active with vintage cars driving on the cobblestones. To the right, people are engaging in a vocabulary quest by reading large stacks of books. On the left, people are sitting at a cozy cafe, talking and enjoying the evening. In the background, a large clock tower reads, "Time to speak." The most striking element is the enormous zeppelin floating high in the sky, which proclaims English exploration. The entire scene is vibrant and adventurous. The next series of events I think will happen focuses on the people and the magic. If the 4 friends in the foreground finish taking their selfie, they will immediately approach the wizard for help. If they ask him to use his fluency magic, he is going to attempt a powerful, elaborate spell. I believe if that spell succeeds, all the scattered papers on the ground will suddenly fly into the air and form a banner that reads, "Success." However, if the spell fails, the papers will simply stick to the passing cars, which will block the windows and cause a minor traffic jam. Meanwhile, the couple dining at the cafe will look up at the commotion, and if they see the paper-covered cars, they will realize they should focus more on the books at the vocabulary quest shop. So overall, I am quite sure the wizard's action is going to trigger the next big, chaotic event in this town.
The picture shows a crowded waiting room, labeled Line B, in what looks like a public building or clinic. In the foreground and to the left, a woman is looking at her phone while standing next to a man who is deeply focused on reading a large blue book. Right behind them, another woman is painting on an easel, and a man in a construction helmet is solving a Rubik's Cube. In the center of the scene, there is a large line, which is leading to a cheerful chef wearing a white uniform and hat, who is playing a small guitar or ukulele. To the right of the line, I can see a couple reading books, another man holding a large bowl of popcorn, and a woman holding a small corgi dog. In the background, the long line of people continues down the hallway. Overall, the picture shows a very crowded place where people are finding unique and creative ways to pass the time while waiting in a long queue. I can already see a few things that will probably happen next in the waiting room. First, I think the cheerful chef playing the guitar will run out of new songs. If he runs out of songs, the woman juggling balls will try to teach him a new skill. If she starts juggling, she might accidentally drop a ball. Next, I think the focus will shift to the front of the line. The long wait will likely cause the man in the hard hat to finally solve his Rubik's Cube. If he solves the cube, he will be so excited that he will start celebrating. This celebration will distract the woman painting. Finally, the man with the popcorn will soon finish his snack. If he finishes the popcorn, he will have nothing else to do, and will start playing with the corgi dog held by the woman next to him. Overall, the waiting room is about to get a lot more chaotic and noisy as these activities reach their peak.
The picture shows a bright and cheerful family room during the daytime, where a family of 6 is gathered around a wooden table. In the center of the scene, 2 adults and children are sitting at the table. The mother and 2 young girls on the left side are working on a jigsaw puzzle, and a small, ginger cat is sitting right on the puzzle pieces. The father and 2 boys are on the right side of the table. The father, wearing a light blue sweater. The 2 boys are concentrating on building towers with colorful plastic bricks. A vase sits in the middle of the table. In the foreground, under the table, a large, golden retriever dog is comfortably sleeping, with one of the puzzle pieces resting right next to its ear. The room itself is cozy. To the left, there is a tall wooden bookcase filled with books and framed photos, and a large window in the background. Overall, the scene beautifully captures a quiet, happy moment of family bonding and playtime indoors. I can predict a few heartwarming things that will happen next. First, I think the mother and the 2 girls will finish their jigsaw puzzle. If they complete the puzzle, the little ginger cat will get up and try to knock over the colorful block tower that the boys are building. If the cat climbs onto the table, the father will have to intervene quickly. Next, I think the father will spill the drink he is pouring. He seems distracted by the children, and if he pours too much, the juice will splash onto the table. This will cause the boy building the block tower to look away. Finally, the sleeping dog will wake up because of all the noise. If the dog wakes up, it will stretch and accidentally knock the puzzle piece under its ear onto the floor. Then, the youngest girl will point at the dog and laugh, ending their playtime for the afternoon. Overall, I predict that this moment of quiet concentration will turn into a short, happy moment of chaos.
The picture depicts a sunny, lovely day at a park next to a large lake, with mountains visible in the distance. The atmosphere is cheerful and active, with different groups of people enjoying various leisure activities. In the foreground on the left, a young family is having a picnic under a large, leafy tree. A man and a woman are sitting on a red and white checkered blanket, sharing food and drinks with a young girl. A friendly golden-brown dog is sitting patiently right beside the blanket, watching them. A picnic basket and some snacks are laid out near them. In the middle, 3 young boys are energetically riding skateboards on the running path. Just to the right of the path, 2 elderly individuals are practicing a slow, calm exercise, possibly Tai Chi. Overall, the scene captures a perfect summer day in a park, showing a wonderful blend of relaxation, play, an exercise across different generations. I can see a few exciting things that will happen next. First, I think the 3 boys on the skateboards will attempt to do a trick. If they try a tricky maneuver, one of them will definitely fall off their board. If one of them falls, the dog sitting next to the picnic blanket will jump up immediately and run toward them, thinking it's time to play. Next, the old couple practicing Tai Chi will finish their routine. If they complete their slow exercises, they will get thirsty from the effort. Finally, the little girl sitting at the picnic will finish her piece of bread or pastry. If she finishes eating, she will stand up and try to pet the dog. If the dog is distracted by the boys, the little girl will run over to the elderly couple to try and copy their slow, graceful movements. Overall, I predict that all the separate groups will interact in a fun and chaotic way very soon.